Alright, longer video then today from me about angles in polygons. This one takes a bit more explanation because there's way more variety in how they could ask these questions. Okay, so I'll remind you the basics and go through some problems. Okay, first things first. When you have a polygon, a straight line shape, the simplest way to work out the interior, the inside of it, is to split it into triangles. Because everyone in this chat will know 180 degrees, angles in a triangle. Yeah, it's the simplest way of doing it. But there is an algebraic method for it. If you watch any other video on this or look up the formula of this, you'll see to work out the interior angles in a polygon, it's the number of sides, take 2 times 180. You'll also see another formula for the outside, the exterior angles, is 360 divided by the number of sides. Because when you walk around the outside, you get 360. Right, so I'm just going to remind you these two basics and then go through some of the problems. Okay, so I can see I've split a pentagon, a five-sided shape, into three triangles. Yeah, 5 take 2 is 3 times 180. And then from that, I know every single angle in the interior of that shape is 540. It's a five-sided shape, so 5 angles, 540 divided by 5, and I get that's 108. Yeah, this one here on the inside. To find the exterior one, all walking around the outside of anything, whatever the shape is, you end up back where you started, a full rotation, full turn, 360 degrees. So if I divide that by 5, I get 72. And I'm hoping what you can spot is the link between the interior and exterior angle, which I'll go over in a minute, but maybe it's something you already remember what links those two together. Because you can use both of these methods. You need to be good at both to solve any problem. Okay, so again, hexagon, 6 sides, take 2 times 180. So 4 triangles would be 720. Divide it by 6 because it's a 6-sided shape and you get an interior angle is 120 degrees. Use the exterior angle. Exterior is always 360 and there's now 6 exterior angles. And what I'm hoping you can see, the link between those two, they always had to make 180. Yeah, 120, 60. 108, 72. Yeah, those two together will always make a straight line 180 degrees. Right, so how could you use some of this? Well, some problems focus on the interior, okay? And I'll explain why this is an interior style question. Because to work out what X is there, we need to work out these interior angles and then we take it away from 360 because that's a full turn, that's around a point. So I've got a pentagon there. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, and it'll always say in the question anyway. So I'd do 5 sides, take 2 times 180, which is 540. Divide it by 5 is 108. Okay, so I know that's 108, and I know that's 108. I also that's 90 because that's a right angle. So I can work out X because it'll be 360, take away 108 twice, take away 90. Yeah, 216, 306. So you end up with 54. All right, nice and simple, around a point. Hopefully you can see that kind of problem. Sometimes they focus on missing information to make it a bit more complicated. So the one that you did in your mocks, you'll see that it says angle BCD. So this one here is twice the size of that angle over there. You know, I always use algebra to solve a problem like this, so I'd call that X and I'd call that 2X. But same thing, I count the number of sides, it's 5 sides, take 2 times 180. Yeah, so we know it's added up to 540. But this is not a regular shape like the other ones were. These angles are not all the same. I need to add them up and form an equation. So 90, add 115, add 125, plus these 3 x's I've created, 2x and 1x, will equal 540. So I add that up, 330, add 3x equals 540. Take the 330 away, like you've done a million times before. 3x is 210, divide it by 3, and you get x is 70 degrees. So I now know that's 70, and I know that That's 140 like it asked for in the question. Right, so they could ask ones where they put two questions together in the interior around a point. They could throw in some algebra. But the most complicated ones are these kind of questions where you've got a missing sided shape. These are the most complicated, and these are the ones that I think you'd struggle with the most. Right, but even if you do, there's marks you have to get. So shape A is a regular triangle. So one triangle, one lot of 180, divided by 3 equals 60. Yeah, an equilateral triangle, they'd all be 60. Okay, we've got the octagon, 8-sided shape, take 2 times 180, and you get 1080. Yeah, divide it by 8, and you get 135. So I know each of these angles here is 135 all the way around. Yeah, right, that helps me just like the previous questions, that I could say that if I call that X, I could work out what that inside angle is in polygon P. So if I did 360, take away 60, take away 135, I'd have my X. Yeah. So I know that interior angle now is 165 degrees. So I've got a polygon that has an inside angle of 165. Now that doesn't help me too much because I can't see how many sides it's got. I can't figure out how many triangles it'll be. But what I could do is use my exterior angle rule. And that's where, as soon as you see it mentioning number of sides, your best way is to use the exterior angle, 360, because I now know that's 15 degrees. So every single external angle outside of that shape will be 15, no matter what the inside, how many sides it'll be. I know that for a fact. And all exterior angles are 360. So if I do 360 divided by 15, I'll figure out how many sides that'd be. And it would be 24 sides. Okay, so I'd say these are the most complicated kind of problems. I'll do one more, but hopefully you'll see they're very similar. So as soon as they're asking you to work out how many sides it is, that's when you use the exterior angle. Yeah, exterior for the number of sides. Okay, last but not least, so I already know it's 60 from the previous one. This time I've got two unknown shapes, but they're the same. So again, I form an equation, 360, take 60, will now equal my two x's. So 300 is 2x, so 150 is x. Now again, it's asking how many number of sides that polygon has. So if I know the inside of it is 150, then I know the exterior of it would be 30. And if all exterior angles are 360, 360 divided by 30 tells me it's a 12-sided shape. Yeah? Go on Dr. Frost, there's some good problems on this. If you find the exterior one more complicated, focus on that. Okay? Appreciate your time. Thank you.